Hello and welcome to Hindustan Times Online, Desi Martini. My name is Sandeep and today I have with me the very fiery and the very bubbly Miss Aahana Kumra. Hi Aahana, how are you doing today?
Hi Sandeep, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. The very outset I would like to ask you, what exactly is that in your head when you face the camera and today, whichever space you are in right now, I mean, as of now, are you in a happy space?
Yeah, I'm in a very happy space. I'm getting to choose all the roles that I want to play. I'm playing different roles. I'm not repeating a single character that I've played in any of the past work that I've done. And I think that is a happy space. But as actors,
You're always greedy.
You're greedy. You want more and more roles. So
Absolutely.
I think 2019 should be a more experimental year. Yeah.
Aahana, tell me about your Film Institute days and the fact that you were a student of the Whistling Woods International. How did the jump suddenly happen?
There wasn't any jump. It's a big process that
It's an organic process. I mean,
it was very organic. Like I got out of film school. There was no help. There was no one to handhold you. There were no launches. There was nothing happening. So you know that you're on your own, and the only thing that you have is education, and you depend on that. So I guess I depended very heavily on education, and I still depend on that because that is the only thing that's in my head. Like things that I've learned in my class or what my teacher has taught me. Whatever. The way they used to ask me to approach a character or approach a scene, so those things are the only thing that stay in my head. I never think कि मैं इसको किस तरह से कैसे मतलब इसको अलग तरीके से play कर सकती हूँ. I just play it in all honesty that I think I can.
Absolutely. Tell me about the fact that you have been a part of lot many web shows for that matter, and you are doing a few very very good films for that matter. So. How is the difference? I mean, what is the difference like? I mean, when you're facing the camera for a web series and when you're facing the camera for a film, is there any difference? Or do you actually, I mean, you have just to do your work?
No, I don't think there's a difference.
There's no difference?
No, you approach your work. As an actor, you put in the same amount of work, whether it's a web series or if it's a film. You get a character, you work on the character, and when the camera is switched on, when the director says action, you do the same amount of work. I don't think I've ever imagined a film set or I've ever treated a film set like, oh my god, now I'm on a film set, so I should play this a little more differently. Aisa kuch nahi hai. And thankfully the kind of films also I've done have been very real, have been very grounded. And those films have been very about people who I know or people who I can refer to. So there's always a reference point for me for every character that I have played. So I think it's no difference for me.
All right. The fact that you have been a part of quite bold screenplays, did you have any inhibitions of sorts while you were preparing for the role, or perhaps you were auditioning, you were in front of the camera, you're supposed to be giving a take? Did you have any inhibitions, or you just did it and you just went with your gut feeling and you just did whatever you had to do?
No, not at all. I was a nervous wreck when I was shooting for Lipstick Under My Burkha. I think that film has really changed me a lot. The fact that I had a female director, I did not have a male director, I think that really helped.
Point, yeah.
It was a huge plus for me. There were so many women on set. We always shot with closed sets. I was so nervous. The first time I was shooting my first scene with Vikrant, and I think Vikrant was equally nervous, because the both of us are friends. But it's very nice to discuss ki okay, in this scene we'll kiss. But when you actually go about and you have to share an intimate moment with somebody who's a co-actor, as a friend, you have to trust your co-actor, you have to trust your director.
Absolutely.
So I think my energies have been positively put into the film through my director and my co-actors. And both Vaibhav and Vikrant were fantastic in transforming me and making me who I am today. And I think I'm going to give them a huge thank you for transforming me and breaking away my notions about doing these kind of scenes, or performing a scene rather than thinking कि अच्छा अब मेरा इतना skin दिख रहा है कि मैं इतना kiss करूँगी तो ज़्यादा लगेगा. Then you don't think of those things.
Absolutely.
Then you just think about the scene. So yeah.
Absolutely. Very very well said. Very nicely put. Coming to Z5's Rangbaz, tell us a little bit about your character.
I'm playing a character, her name's Babita in Rangbaz, and she is a girl in the 90s. She's the love interest of Shiv Prakash Shukla, who is the protagonist in the show. And ये character ऐसा character था जो I think somewhere in my head I had a fantasy of playing her. I've always wanted to live in the 90s का era. I think हम सब लोग
Absolutely,
सारे गाने हमारे जितने भी हमारी एनसाइक्लोपीडिया है, हमारी जितनी भी फिल्मों की नॉलेज है, हैज़ कम फ्रॉम द 90s. जितने भी गाने सुने हैं, चाहे वो कोई भी सिंगर हो, चाहे वो उदित नारायण हो या कुमार सानू हो, जितने भी गाने हम लोगों ने सुने वो सब 90s के हैं. तो वो दौर बहुत अलग था. और लखनऊ में मतलब मैं पली बड़ी हूँ.
I was coming to that.
Yeah, so I'm from Lucknow, so like for me, like to watch a Hindi film in a Sahu or like go to Novelty or to go to these cinema halls, बहुत बड़ी वो होती थी कि भाई आज तो हम फिल्म देखने जा रहे हैं. तो सब सज सवर के, सब सज धज के सारी लड़कियाँ अपने घर से निकलती थी. तो एक नज़ाकत होती है लखनऊ जैसे शहर में. आप इतना बाहर नहीं जाते हैं. जब आप बाहर जाते हैं, so you take care about how you look. आपने क्या परफ्यूम पहना है, कि आपने अच्छी तरह से लिपस्टिक लगाई है, आपके बाल इधर से उधर नहीं हो रहे हैं. वो बहुत छोटी छोटी चीज़ें होती हैं, लेकिन वो चीज़ें they matter to those girls. They may not matter to girls from like big Bombay or like big metros, and especially in today's times, because everybody is like dressing well, everybody's like whatever. But those things at that time were really big. And for me to play a character जहाँ पर मैं छुप छुप के किसी से बात कर रही हूँ या मैं किसी को मिल रही हूँ, तो वो मतलब there's a romance in it. आज तो WhatsApp का ज़माना है. आपने एक WhatsApp किया, एक Skype कॉल किया, आपकी बातें हो गई. लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस रिलेशनशिप Skype पे हो रही हैं. तो वो दौर बहुत अलग था. तो I think I just had this fantasy to play this character.
You kind of found a semblance between your life in Lucknow and your character.
I think it was almost it was almost nostalgia for me. So I was like, when I used to go to school, and I remember like a lot of my cousins used to come and stay with us. I was in Lamatnia, and a lot of my cousins used to come and stay.
We have something I'm from Lamatnia boys.
Are you serious? Where? Which one? Lucknow, Calcutta. So I just saw Lamatnia boys Calcutta. It's like across the bridge, girls and boys. So that's another favorite city of mine. So it's like when I was in Lamatnia, and I remember like a lot of my cousins used to come and stay in our house. My house was a very protected place because मेरी माँ पुलिस में है. So the thing is कि हमारा मंझली कोठी थी. We used to always have constables, or there was something or the other. There was always security. All these cousins of mine from Muzaffarnagar, Meerut, इधर उधर से आकर, मतलब कहीं पंजाब से या कहीं दिल्ली विल्ली से आकर, सारे मेरे कजन्स मेरे घर पे रहती थी. तो मैंने उनकी इतनी बातें उनकी बॉयफ्रेंड्स के साथ सुनी हैं, फ़ोन पे टेलीफोन पे कहीं छुप छुप के लगी पड़ी हैं, वो कहीं ना कहीं बातें कर रही हैं, ये वो. तो मैंने कहा कि यार ये तो मतलब दिस इज़ लाइक आई एम प्लेइंग माई चाइल्डहुड. इट्स लाइक दिस इज़ एट द बैक ऑफ माई हैंड, because I'm listening to these conversations, and suddenly these conversations became real to me. So वो दीदी ने कैसे अपने बॉयफ्रेंड से तब बात की थी, तो क्या बातें की थी, तो वो सब रेफरेंसेस बहुत इजी थे मेरे लिए.
So do you have a particular approach when you play such characters? Do you have a particular approach in mind? Do you just do whatever it just comes to you perhaps?
See, you have to work on your script. You get your scenes, you work on your script, you see how your scene is being played out.
Absolutely.
And then in tandem, I think in a lot of tandem with your director, you play out your scenes. So you have to take your director into
consideration and
whatever he
says.
Your director is your boss. He's the boss on set.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't consider my director. He's like my man. He's the man Friday. He's the guy who's calling the shots. So I depend very heavily on my directors. Very heavily. So
do you think that this particular facet of you being, depending on your director, somehow is cultivated from your film institute?
I think so. I think a lot of it has. And
yes,
at that time, at that time, like, because at that time our friends used to be our directors.
Yeah.
तो मैं director को जब तक दोस्त नहीं बनाऊँ ना, तब तक मेरा director मेरा दोस्त नहीं बनता ना, because I'll do anything and I'll just look at my director. And if he thinks it's fine, then I'll just continue. Then I know that I'm doing the right thing. So, and your director knows what he wants.
Absolutely.
And by the end of the day, he's the guy who's going to be saying cut.
Yeah. And whether the shot is okay or not.
I remember like with Bhav, it was so easy because when I was doing the scenes, उसको immediately लगता था कि मैंने सुर correct पकड़ा है.
Okay.
So I think somewhere even he enjoyed. I think my first conversation with Bhav only we figured कि भैया हमको एक साथ काम करना है. So it was one of those things, yeah.
Finally, what have you got to say to your fans? Because they really love you and they've appreciated you in all your roles. And your fans really love you. So what do you got? What kind of a message do you have to share with them?
I equally love each one of them. I am extremely grateful to each one of them for, for making me who I am. आप लोगों ने मुझे वो strength दी है, आप लोगों ने मुझे वो voice दी है. And today, whatever I am, I'm serious. I am because of the viewership that I have, and it's because of the amount of work people watch of mine. And I can never take that away from the fact that that I am today. Whatever I am is because of all those who love me, and all those who've supported me, and all those who watch my work.
Wow, that was lovely talking to you, Aahana.
Thank you so much.
That was the very beautiful Aahana Kumra. My name is Sandeep from Hindustan Times Online. Thank you so much for watching.